and kind of what I want to go over in this video, and I kind of didn't realize it until I pushed off the other two videos and put them on YouTube, is for somebody who has never seen root security and doesn't know who it, or doesn't know what it is, they may not have gotten a whole lot of information about the website by watching the other two videos. It came with some, but this is just kind of like a general tour of the website. Um, Here we have the home page, which of course every update that's posted by the staff from the forums gets put on there underneath network announcements. As you can see, official root security YouTube channel. There's the post and the video. The only problem I'm having with this is for some reason it's wanting to give me the HTML for the embedded video. I will have to solve that. So everything made underneath network announcements is right here, and my bad. So next we have the forums. It's just a general discussion place. Root Security Network. This is news, FAQ, feedback, where you put your suggestions, network announcements from the staff, just kind of announcements on the website. Then you have the lounge, which is just kind of general discussion on some things, technical discussion, stuff such as hardware, exploits, wireless, anonymity, media, website, server management discussion. This is for you guys who are into running websites and servers. Just kind of talk about SEO, applications, server management, security, special access only, which is only seen if you're VIP, elite, staff. Next is just a general security discussion, hacking discussion from a defensive standpoint, I guess you can say. Operating system discussion, programming discussions. If you want to learn how to program, post it in here. Toolbox, which is where members can post like books, ebooks, exploits that they found, security tools, source code to programs that they've written. Although I do have one suggestion. This is something that I personally ask, is that if you are going to post a program that you made, also post the source with it, because I'm not going to download your program unless I can compile it from the source and I can see the source. That's just me personally. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll try and answer them to the best that we can. If not, we'll point you in the right direction of where the answer is. Don't get on the forums and be like, hey, I need someone to hack my friend, because that's not what this site is about. The little bit of hacking that we do talk about is from a security standpoint per se, of how learning how a hacker penetrates firewalls and etc. is a great way to know how to defend against that. Next we have a resource database. This is kind of a cool tool that I hope that we kind of clean up and improve on a little bit. This basically just is a resource of just a little bit of everything. We have cheat sheets here, which can come in handy, such as let's pick one. Let's go with operating systems. I am a Linux fan, even though I'm using a Mac. I personally love it. Love Linux. And there's a little PDF. Open this up here, see what it is about. And these are just kind of like a shortcut, or like a little cheat sheet of basic commands. The ETC directory, my bad, is where all the system configuration files are. A little bit about a dpackage, webmin, which is really important if you are a server administrator. It's free and open source software to manage your server, and website, or whatever service you've got running. I think it's mostly geared towards websites. Really haven't looked into it. reporting bugs. Once again, depackage. The package manager, which is aptitude, or you can also use app-get. Let's see what else we got in this resource database that we can look at underneath programming. And of course, just a whole slew of programming languages. Let's go with C++ because I'm most familiar with that. And little reference sheet here, which probably has basic commands, you know, like how to include header files, how to declare namespaces, comments, the different data types, basic data types, which is integer, character, float, double, void, and boolean, arithmetic operators, how to declare a pointer, if-else statements, just basic stuff like that. So it's a little cheat sheet. Place is kind of nice just to kind of get a general overview, especially with programming. Can't tell you how many times where you're just going through so much and you might forget some of the simplest things. Like one of the very first basic things you learn to do in programming is how to declare an integer. Well, whenever you're dealing with these complicated programs and you're just writing code after code and you're just going to work, you get to a point where you have to do something so basic and it might slip your mind. So it's kind of nice to have those cheat sheets with you. Toolbox, this just kind of goes to that part of the forum, kind of like a little redirect. Source code, you can query the source code database, and you can also see here the latest code submissions and highest ranked. If you click this, like Gmail Pi, there you go. You can just compile it from the source once you copy and paste it. It's also nice if you're learning programming to have something like this, because it's take kind of more complicated programs than what you're learning. Like if you're just learning how to declare integers, sometimes it's nice just to take a look at a little bit more complicated source code and just kind of see how that plays in, such as, you know, variable. In Python, you don't have to declare a type, such as, you know, in C and Java you have to declare if it's an integer, a string, a character. In Python you don't have to. So this is just a basic variable where the URL is stored. So it's nice for people learning programming and maybe somebody who's doing something such as whatever this program is doing. Next we have exploits and adversaries, which is kind of like where you can see different exploits. You know, once again, if you're running a server and somebody reported this exploit on our site, you can go through and you can see the exploit and probably some possible fixes for it, which that's actually pretty important if you're running a web server, especially on a Unix-based operating system, because Apache is very popular for running HTTP servers in a Unix environment. Tools, once again, just kind of goes to the toolbox. E-zines, which are kind of like magazines on the internet, great for learning things from the underground. One of the most popular ones, which I actually don't think we have listed, which is Frack, kind of old, but it's still great. You can kind of click through those, like AnySec. So, moving on to tools. Of course, we have different tools. Port list, actually, I think this is down. Yeah, that's down. We have a subnet calculator. The proxy checker doesn't work right now. We have a password generator where you can set rules. IP to country. This can be pretty useful because from what I've been told, whenever you go mess around with IPs, you know, make sure you don't mess with the computer from Israel because they will blow up your computer. Who is? We can look up R00tSecurity.org. And it gives you information, registration information as to who it's owned by and the servers and whatnot. The anonymity, which just kind of gives basic information about your connection. Like I'm running Mac OS 10 using Firefox. IP. So it's just different things. The wiki right now is down, which I hope we will have fixed once this update comes. Information for our IRC channel. For those who don't know what IRC channel is, it's actually not really popular anymore. IRC was there before Skype and all these instant messengers that people use, but it's a great way to learn. Whenever I'm learning and I don't know something, hop on an IRC channel that has something to do with what's going on, and people there are usually really helpful and don't mind helping unless you're like constantly bugging them. Just search through the code system and exploit links. These are just different links that people submit, and of course the store where you can redeem your root points for a Newegg gift card. And I actually thought it was kind of funny because as I was proofing the update video, I realized I didn't sound too happy whenever I said I only had 37 root points. I didn't have a whole lot. So that's basically the website right there. Of course, a little bit more, your profile. Go in there and edit your profile. Going back to the website, my root, which is kind of like settings to your profile. See if we got anything else on here towards the bottom, because we got a lot of stuff here at the bottom. Just kind of links to different stuff. If you're wondering about this, the owner of the site is rather religious. The Inspire Me section, quotes. Sometimes they're Bible quotes, sometimes they're not. So I think that's it. It's basically the website. If you have any questions on anything that you're trying to learn, feel free to ask and we'll try to help you as best as we can. It's a great way to learn, is to hop into forums and get to talking with people who have more experience and don't mind helping. To me, that's one thing I'm all about, is helping others. If I know something that you don't and you want to learn it, I will try to explain it to you in the best way that I can. So this is basically the kind of like a walk through the R00tSecurity site and everything it has to offer. Alright, thank you, and hopefully I'll be posting another video sometime.